Hello guys, today we are going to discuss about the concentration terms. Now what is the meaning of concentration? So concentration is, it is the concentration, it is the amount of substance present in a given volume of solution. This is known as concentration. The amount of substance present in a given volume of solution is known as concentration of that solution. Now in this particular case, the amount of substance may be in number of moles, maybe it may be weight, or it may be number of equivalents, and there are many terms which can be used as amount of substance. Now concentration terms can be classified mainly in two categories. Concentration terms can be classified into mainly two types. One is known as volume based concentration terms, and second is mass based concentration terms. So there are two categories in this particular case. One is volume based concentration terms and second is mass based concentration terms. Now volume based concentration terms include like molarity. This is molarity, which is denoted by capital M. Normality, which is denoted by capital N. Formality, which is denoted by capital F. Weight upon volume percentage term, volume by a volume percentage term, or ppm, weight by a volume, and ppm, volume by a. So this is 1, 2, 3, this is 4th, this is 5th, this is 6th, and this is 7th. So there are 7 concentration terms which include the volume as a term, maybe in denominator or maybe numerator as a, or denominator both, in this case like ppm. So molarity, normality, formality, weight by a volume, volume by a volume percentage terms, and ppm, in terms of ppm it is weight by weight ppm, and parts per million, volume by a volume. So these are the volume based terms. Now mass based terms include like molality, which is small m, molality, mole fraction, other concentration terms are weight by weight percentage and ppm, weight by a weight. So these are the terms which are mass based concentration terms, and these are volume based concentration terms. Now in volume based concentration term, you can see the volume like molality, number of moles in a given volume of solution, number of equivalent in a given volume of solution, number of 4 moles, or we can say like it is like a molality only used for ionic compounds. Then here also volume term is included. So these are all volume based and these are mass based. There is no volume term included in such kind of concentration terms. Now the concentration term which are volume based, they are dependent on temperature. This category is temperature dependent. This is temperature dependent. Why it is temperature dependent? Because in this concentration terms, volume is included and volume changes according to temperature. Like temperature increases, so there is an expansion of the volume of the solution, which changes the concentration terms which are volume based. And if temperature is decreased, then there is a shrinking of the you can say volume of the solution, and this changes the value of the concentration terms. But as far as mass based concentration terms are there is no they do not depend on the temperature, because mass of this substance is independent from the temperature. If you are changing the temperature, it is not going to change the mass of the substance. Like for example, we can say our example also, like in winter season we don't lose the weight, or in summer season we don't gain the weight, So our weight, or the what we can say is mass, is constant. It does not change according to the season. So same here, mass based concentration term does not depend on the temperature, because temperature cannot change the mass of the substance. So these concentration terms are temperature independent. They are temperature independent. So mainly these two concentration terms we can classify based on the volume, we can say, and mass. So here these concentration terms, which are known as volume based and mass based. So suppose that if you want to convert one concentration term into another, so what term should be given? So I think these are volume based terms and these are mass based terms, and there is one term which relate volume and mass, and obviously this is what density. That means if you want to convert the volume based term into mass based term, so density is required. Okay, with the help of density you can convert molarity into molality, molality into molarity, or normality into mole fraction, or mole fraction into molarity and all. So you can convert these terms into one another if density is given, or if you want to convert these terms into each other, density is required. Without density we cannot convert the volume based terms and mass based terms into each other. So this is the classification of concentration terms. Okay, so summary is volume based, mass based. Volume based is temperature dependent and mass based is temperature independent, and conversion needs the density should be given in that particular case. Okay, so this is classification. Just we'll discuss now concentration term one by one. So the first one is molarity. How we can define the molarity? The number of moles of solute present in 1 liter of solution. The number of moles of solute present in 1 liter of solution. Before explaining this, just I want to tell you that any concentration terms, if any concentration, any kind of concentration, the numerator you will have the amount of solute and denominator you will have the amount of solution. This is most of the cases, in most of the cases such things are there. Solute is the amount of solute will be in numerator, and the amount of solution or the volume or whatever it is, it will be in the denominator, except one, which is molality. In molality we have the term in the numerator, in the denominator we have term like related with the solvent. Okay, so all the concentration terms except molality as a numerator will have solute concentration or solute amount, and in the denominator we have solution, not the solvent. We will have solution in the denominator. Okay, so this is the thing you have to keep in your mind. Now let's start with the molarity. Now molarity M, number of moles of solute present in 1 liter of solution. Okay, this is definition. Molarity is denoted by capital M, number of moles of solute divided by volume of solution in liter. This is the basic formula of molarity. Now, if volume is given in ml, in numerical, in most of the cases volume is given in milliliter, not the liter. So in that case, number of moles divided by volume in ml multiplied by here 1000. Okay, if the volume is given in ml, then you need to multiply the whole term by 1000. Okay. Now, as we know that number of moles are weight upon molar mass. Okay, number of moles is the weight upon molar mass. So this value of n we can substitute here. Then what you will get is molarity M equal to what? Here you can substitute W into 1000 divided by M naught into volume in ml. This is the formula which we use in most of the numericals. Okay, generally weight is given in most of the cases, so weight is substituted here. Weight, obviously it will be of solute, molar mass of solute, volume of solution, and 1000 is above as a multiplier. So here molarity M equal to W into 1000 divided by M naught into V. This is the main formula of molarity. Now what is the unit of molarity? Now here from this particular formula you can find the unit. What is the unit of molarity? So here upside you have number of moles. Okay, n is number of moles, and the unit of volume is liter. So moles per liter. This is the unit, or you can write here moles per liter. When you write moles as a unit, then you have to write MOL, not the MOLE or MOLES. Okay, so it will be MOL, mole per liter. So this is the unit of molarity. The second term is we are including formality. Formality, capital F. Okay. Generally, this particular term is used for ionic compounds. Especially, it is used for ionic compounds. Okay, it is used for ionic compound. Now, I will explain this term by comparing with the molarity. Molarity's formula M equal to what? Weight multiplied by 1000 divided by molar mass into volume in ml. This is the formula of molarity. Now from this formula only we can take the formality, especially, but this you have to keep in your mind, like this particular term is used for ionic compound, because ionic compounds does not exist as a discrete molecules. They exist as ions, they dissociate generally. So in this particular case, we use the formula mass, and therefore formality. Formula mass, molar mass is used for molecule, and in general molar mass is also used for ionic compound, but especially for ionic compound we use formula mass, and therefore the term is known as formality. Molar mass, molarity, formula mass, formality. But in most of the cases the value is same, but in some cases this value is different, and there is a little change in the formula. Okay, now in this case formality equal to weight of solute multiplied by 1000 divided by MOBS multiplied by volume in ml. Now what is the meaning of MOBS? So for time being I am just denoting, for the differentiation and for the explanation of formality, I am denoting the molar mass of the solute by MT. Okay, so that we can compare it. Now here in case of molarity we are using molar mass, here also we are using molar mass, but in case of molarity we are using theoretical molar mass, which is determined from the formula of the compound. But in case of formality we are using observed molar mass. We use the observed molar mass. So that means if you are using here MT is what? This is known as theoretical molar mass. Theoretical molar mass, which is obtained from the formula. Okay, but MOBS is what? MOBS is the observed molar mass. This is observed molar mass. Okay, now what is the meaning of observed molar mass? Now in some cases there are exceptional cases in which observed molar mass of the compound is different as compared to the or what is calculated from its formula. The observed molar mass is different because at the experimental basis it exists in different way based on the experimental conditions. Some compounds have different molar mass, okay, and the molar mass which is based on the experimental condition or which is observed in the experimental condition, that is known as observed molar mass. Now we have to take example to understand what is molar mass. Now in this case, say for example acetic acid, okay, acetic acid in benzene. Now acetic acid, if you are taking the molar mass of acetic acid, that is theoretical molar mass is 60. You can just calculate it. Let's see. So when acetic acid is taken in aqueous phase, so we take molar mass like from CH3COH formula, CH3COH. If you are taking acetic acid in pure state or you are taking acetic acid in aqueous phase, you are taking the molar mass based on the formula. But if you are taking acetic acid in benzene, so this is the special experimental condition, And in this experimental condition, benzene dimerizes. Acetic acid dimerizes in benzene. Okay, which is not there in case of water. If you are taking the aqueous solution of acetic acid, then it exists as CH3COH or just dissociate. But in case of benzene as a solvent, if you are taking acetic acid in benzene, then in case of benzene, acetic acid dimerizes. Okay, in this case, like CH3, C double bond O, O and H, and here OH, double bond O, and here CH3. This we have from the structure of acetic acid. Now in this case, here it will have partial negative because it is more electronegative, and this is less electronegative as compared to oxygen, so it will have partial positive charge. Same thing here, partial positive, because electron density will be away from hydrogen, because hydrogen is less electronegative. And in this case, oxygen is more electronegative, so it will have negative charge. Now in this case, there will be force of attraction. This is known as hydrogen bonding, and because of intermolecular hydrogen bonding, acetic acid dimerizes. So this particular case is dimer, and this dimer exists when acetic acid is taken in benzene. So this is experimental condition of acetic acid in case of benzene as a solvent, and you cannot take the molecular mass from the single formula, because there does not exist as a discrete molecule. It exists as a dimer. So you have to take the molar mass, experimental molar mass, which will be double than the as in an otherwise taken. So in this case, this particular, according to this formula, we are taking 12 plus 12, 24, 24 plus 12, 28, 28 plus 32, so it is 60. But in case of acetic acid in benzene, it dimerizes. So in this case, the observed molar mass will be what? 2 into 60. That means 120 gram you have to take as a molar mass. This is known as, this is difference between observed molar mass. As far as theoretical molar mass is concerned, you have to take 60 gram per mole. So from the formula, if you are calculating the molar mass of the acetic acid, it will be 60. But if acetic acid is taken in benzene, so experimental basis, it exists as a dimer. So you have to take the combined mass of two molecules. That means you have to take 120 gram. Dimer means combination of two molecules. So one is having 60, so combination of two, that means the dimer will have 120. So 120 you have to take, and that is known as observed molar mass. So in case of formality, we use observed molar mass. In case of molarity, we use theoretical molar mass. This is the difference between molarity and formality. Okay. So again we can say molarity equal to W into 1000 divided by MT into what? Volume in ml. So you can see here, you always, if you are calculating the molarity of acetic acid solution, then you have to take here 60. But if you are calculating the formality of the solution, then you have to take 120. That means here weight multiplied with 1000 divided by MOBS. MOBS means observed molar mass. In this case, observed molar mass is 120, which is calculated based on the experimental conditions. So here, and volume in ml. So this is the difference between molarity and formality. Okay. So here 120 you have to take, and obviously the calculation will be different, the value will be different. But in most of the cases, like observed and theoretical molar mass is same. So there are many cases in which the value of formality and molarity will be same, but conceptually they are different. Conceptually they are different, and the difference is very small. Here we are using theoretical molar mass, and here we are using observed molar mass. Now, if you are taking the ratio of formality and molarity, what you will get? If you are taking the ratio, then F, here you will get MT upon, after calculating and putting the values, you are getting the ratio MT upon MOBS. Okay, and this particular thing is equal to I. Now what is the meaning of I? I is known as what? Vent-Off factor. This is known as Vent-Off factor, which will be you will study in solution colligative property in the last section of the chapter. So this is known as Vent-Off factor. So I is what? It is the ratio of theoretical and observed molar mass, or it is the ratio of formality and molarity. So sometime if I is given, you can just convert the molarity into formality, formality into molarity. If I is given, you can convert the theoretical and observed molar mass into each other. So this I is very useful term, which is known as Vent-Off factor. So dear children, you must have understood what is the difference between formality and molarity. So chalo, let's go for the third concentration term. Third concentration term is normality. What is the definition? Number of equivalents. So in case of molarity, we are taking number of moles. In case of normality, we are taking number of equivalents of solute present in 1 liter of solution. So you have to concentrate on the term solution, not the solvent. Okay. Always we are taking the volume of the solution or the solution term as a denominator, except in molality. So now what is the formula of normality? N equal to what? Number of equivalent divided by volume of solution in liter. Now again, number of equivalents, if the volume is given in milliliter, then number of equivalents divided by volume in ml multiplied by 1000. Now but we know that as number of moles, number of equivalent equal to what? It is weight upon equivalent weight. Okay, weight upon equivalent weight. So this, we can substitute the value of EQ, number of equivalents, into the formula. What we will get is normality equal to weight into 1000 divided by equivalent weight into volume in ml. So this is how you have to calculate. You can calculate the normality of the solution. Okay. Now what is the unit? From this you can take the unit. The unit equivalents per liter. Okay. Equivalents per liter, or EQ, L to the power minus 1. This is the unit. Okay. Now you must have, you must be knowing about how equivalent weight is concerned, but I will give you the just small introduction of it. How to calculate the equivalent weight? How to calculate the equivalent weight E? So it's very simple. Equivalent weight can be calculated by dividing the molar mass by n factor or just factor. We can say n factor or factor. Small f you can take, because capital F is denoting the formality. So small f. So this is known as factor or n factor generally, or simply just factor. So by dividing the molar mass by factor, you are getting equivalent weight. Now what is the meaning of factor? Now for factor, what you have to do, factor is different in different situations. For an element, factor is the valency of element. For ion, factor is the charge of the ion. Charge on the ion. For gases, like we can say what, H2, factor is 2, because in H2 there is H plus 1, H plus will have plus 1, so there are 2 H plus we can consider, so factor is 2. For O2, factor is 4, because one oxygen atom or oxide ion has 2 minus, so there are 2 oxygens, so 2 into 2, 4, factor will be 4. And for nitrogen, the factor is what? 6, because nitrogen has 3 minus. Nitrate ion has 3 minus, its valence is 3, so there are 2 nitrogen atoms, so therefore the factor will be 6. So for some gases you have to remember. Now in case of salt, the factor is total charge of cation or anion. For example, aluminum sulfate, total charge of the cation, one aluminum has what? 3 plus, so factor will be 6. Because one aluminum has 3 plus, so 2 aluminum will have total charge 6. So therefore factor will be 6. Or one sulfate has 2 minus, so 3 sulfate will have 6 minus. That means the factor is 6. This is for salt. Now for oxidizing agent, it is total number of total number of electrons accepted by one molecule of oxidizing agent. Oxidizing agents are electron acceptor. So one molecule, how many electrons it is accepting, that is the factor. For the reducing agent, total number of electron donated by one molecule of reducing agent in a redox reaction. So in a redox reaction, oxidizing agent electron acceptors. So one molecule accepting how many electrons, that will give you the factor. In case of reducing agent, in redox reaction they donate the electrons. So number of electrons donated by one molecule of reducing agent will be the factor of that particular reducing agent. And that factor should be used in this particular formula for dividing the molar mass, and you will get the equivalent weight of oxidizing agent or reducing agents. In case of acids, factor is equal to number of H plus ions donated by one molecule of acid, or number of replaceable ions, replaceable H plus ions. In case of base, factor is number of hydroxyl ions donated by one molecule of base. Okay, so this is the factor. Example we can take like magnesium hydroxide, factor is 2. In case of H2SO4, factor is 2. These are some examples we can take. So it's very easy like. So this is how the factor is determined, and that factor should be used in this formula to get the equivalent weight, and that equivalent weight has to be substituted in the formula of normality to calculate the normality of the solution. So 3 concentration terms we have discussed. Now fourth is molality, small m. Number of moles of solute present in 1 kg of solvent. As I told you earlier, like in this particular case we have to use the amount of solvent in kg as a denominator. Okay. Now formula of molality M equal to number of moles of solute divided by weight of solvent in kg. Weight of solvent in kg. Okay. This is the original formula of it. But if weight of solvent is given in gram, then what you have to do? Molality equal to number of moles multiplied by 1000 divided by weight of solvent in gram. But as we know that number of moles equal to what? Weight upon molar mass. So this you can substitute there. Molality M equal to weight of solute multiplied by 1000 divided by molar mass of solute into weight of solvent in gram. This is the main formula which generally we use in numerical. So this is the molality, and obviously unit is moles per kg. Okay, unit, what will be the unit of molality? This is the moles per kg. Okay, now let's say the next one. Next concentration term, maybe you can see fifth one, is mole fraction. Mole fraction, which is the mass-based concentration term. Now mole fraction denoted by X. Okay. What is mole fraction? So for this, what we can see, consider a solution. This is a solution. Maybe here there are two components, A and B. A component is solvent and B component is solute. consider that this particular solution has n number of moles of solvent and B number of moles, NB number of moles of solute. A means solvent, B means solute, NB means number of moles of solute, Na means number of moles of solvent. Then what is the mole fraction? XA, mole fraction of solvent in the complete solution, is the number of moles of solvent divided by total number of moles of solvent and solute. Okay, this is the formula. Now XV equal to mole fraction of solute equal to number of moles of solute divided by number of moles of solvent, means total number of moles of solvent plus solute, means total number of moles of solution, we can say. So this is the formula. If you are adding both this XA plus XB, what you will get is 1. Now this is very important because mole fraction of solute is given. You can calculate the solvent by just subtracting by 1, like XA equal to what? 1 minus XB you can take. So any one is given, then mole fraction of other component can be calculated. If you have 3, then here plus NC you can say, if there are 3 components in the solution. But generally in numerical we have 2 components of solution, okay, binary solutions. So this is the mole fraction. Mole fraction will not have any unit because there is a ratio of moles, so that will be cancelling each other. So there is no unit, this is a unitless quantity. Mole fraction, and remember this in classification, I think we have mixed in the classification hierarchy, but this is mole fraction, this comes in mass based terms, okay, that means it will be temperature independent. Now next is 6th one is weight percentage, okay, means weight percentage. So this is very simple. Weight percentage or percentage weight by weight equal to weight of solute divided by weight of solution into 100, because percentage is out of 100, so 100 you have to take. Now in case of what we can see, we are combining all the terms, weight by volume percentage and volume by volume percentage. So just you have to change the terms, instead of weight you can take volume and all. It's very easy. So weight upon volume percentage equal to weight of solute again divided by volume of solution multiplied by 100. And in case of volume by volume percentage, both terms will be volume. So you can easily understand now if your 2 terms are given. If 2 terms you know, third one you can automatically make it in your mind, say what should be, it should be, okay. Now percentage, sorry, parts per million, ppm. ppm terms means, ppm means parts per million. Now ppm weight by weight equal to weight of solute divided by weight of solution into 10 raised to the power 6. That's it. Because parts per million, 1 million means 10 raised to the power 6. Okay. So when percentage term was there, so we were taking 100 because percentage is out of 100. But in case of parts per million, it is out of 10 raised to the power 6. So you have to multiply 10 raised to the power 6 here. Same ppm weight by volume equal to weight of solute volume of solution multiplied by 10 to the power 6. And third one you can automatically make yourself, okay. You can just guess what can come for ppm volume by volume. So these are concentration terms we have discussed. I think all concentration terms we have discussed here. But frequently when we solve the numerical, we need to convert one concentration term into another. So what we are using, here are some tricks. Some tricks to convert one concentration term into another. Like for molarity, percentage weight by weight or weight by weight percentage, whatever you say, multiplied by density into 10 divided by MB. Now what is the meaning of MB? B stands for what? Solute. So MB means what? It is the molar mass of solute. Okay, D means what? It is the density. It is the density of solution. and other terms we know it very well now. So this is the relation between molarity and percentage term, means weight by weight percentage. Now relation between molarity and molality. So molarity into 1000 divided by density into 1000 minus m into mb. mb again saying molar mass of the solute, density of the solution, m means molarity here, m means molarity, small m means molality. So this is the relation between molality and molarity. This is the relation between molarity and percentage concentration, or weight by weight percentage, percentage weight by weight. Now relation between molality and mole fraction. So here we can say relation between molality and mole fraction. Molality equal to mole fraction of solute multiplied by 1000 divided by 1 minus xv into molar mass of solvent here, Ma. Ma means what? It is a molar mass of solvent. Okay, molar mass of solvent. So this is the these are the relation between various concentration terms. Some other formula also we can say, like relation between molarity and normality. So normality equal to molarity into factor. Same number of equivalents equal to number of moles into factor. These are very important. Okay, some other formula also you can remember, like normality, number of equivalent equal to normality into volume in liter. But this is a very less, it is used very less situations, in very less situations. Apart from this, most of the cases, volume is given in milliliter. So what you can say is milliequivalents. Milliequivalents equal to normality into volume in ml. This is the term formula which we use in most of the numericals related to the normality and molarity. So this is the relation between normality and molarity, and number of equivalents and number of moles, and how you can convert the normality and volume into milliequivalents. And one more you can remember, milliequivalents and equivalence can be converted. Equivalence equal to milliequivalents divided by 1000. This is another relation. Okay. Now one term is left that we'll discuss here. Strength. Strength is also one of the concentration term. Strength in gram per liter. So it is the amount of solute in grams present in 1 liter of solution, and it is denoted by capital S. Okay, capital S, strength, capital S. So it is amount of solute. The formula will be weight, amount of solute in gram. Okay, so weight divided volume of solution in liter. Same here, strength equal to W into 1000 when the volume is given in this also you can say. Now relation between strength and molarity. So strength equal to molarity into molar mass, strength equal to normality into equivalent mass. These are the conversion terms, in strength into normality and normality into strength, or strength and molarity, molarity into strength. So this all concentration term we have discussed in short. Okay, and some shortcuts also we have seen. You can see whenever we are converting the volume based term into mass based term, like molarity and molarity. So what we are using, the density term is here we are using. Density is always for solution, not the solvent. Okay. Okay. Now, so I hope so you have understood all the concentration terms and the shortcuts for their conversion. Okay. If you like this video, please like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.